Ride Marshal Ryan here. You might remember me from such movies as Shows Behind the Badge or Mickey Blue Eyes. Today we're going to be talking about something that's near and dear to my heart, being a radio, TV, and film major for 2 semesters at University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh, and that is cameras. Your experience of the Police Unity Tour can be enhanced greatly by cameras, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to come home and view a lot of images of riders' butts in front of you, and not a lot of real quality video. So I'm going to kind of run you through what I've discovered through my 5 years as a Police Unity Tour rider. Several of those years as a ride marshal. First thing, a lot of people want to just attach things to their handlebars. At one time I bought a mount like this and I screwed that right to my handlebars. Filming from the handlebars, terrible idea. You actually get a lot of bumps and stuff, and your footage is going to be very shaky. Plus, you're limited on what you can actually point and shoot at. I've also seen people do the traditional cell phone, taking with the cell phone. Couple of things here. I've seen a lot of drop cell phones as well. As a ride marshal, I wouldn't recommend it, unless you're very comfortable with the one-handed shooting. If you are going to shoot one-handed, make sure you kind of pull off to the side a little bit, and then you can shoot some awesome scenes of a big flag overhead or whatever you want. But make sure you're safe and always shoot with your left hand. Why your left hand, you ask, Matt Rollinger? Because you're going to need your right hand, because your right hand works your back brake. If I ever get into the riding tip about braking, stay off that left hand. Left brake, front brake. Front brake, bad. Back brake, good. Front brake, locked up, means you go head over heels. Back brake means you just slow and stop. So if you're going to do the one-hand operation, you can do this. Now you're going to see several people that go the GoPro route. I love GoPro, great camera. There are some drawbacks to it. For one, it's not a very aerodynamic design. People look like they got a big billboard on top of their head. Also, you have to be careful what case you have, because if you are actually filming and want audio, and audio is important, I believe, then you're going to want a different design or a different case that actually you're able to hear audio. GoPro does have probably the best image for the price, however it is a pretty expensive price. What I do, and what I would do an advertisement for, is I use this contour camera. This contour camera is very accessible, it has many mounts. Just like the GoPro, it is a little bit more aerodynamic and a lot of different features to it. I have in front of me several different mounts. This right here is a head strap mount. I've used this for scenarios and police training and stuff, but you can basically just throw this over your head and you're good to go. Wouldn't work so well in the Police Unity Tour with the helmet on. Before that, they actually make these little plastic mounts that have stickers on them, and you can slide it right on your helmet. Now, this looks like an awesome way to view. However, part of your Unity Tour is going to be, you're going to see a little portion of your helmet during the whole thing. I have filmed various footage this way, and it is kind of nice to get different angles and stuff, but the ultimate view and the most clearest view comes from a top-mounted apparatus. Yes, I know you might have to put a hole in the top of your helmet cover if you have one, or if you're a ride marshal, might have to damage some of the goods up there. But mounted on the top, and the good thing about the contour is it has a 360-degree rotating camera. So you can set the 0 point to whatever you want. The 0 point's up, and now you have a top-mounted camera. This is a little bit more low profile than what the GoPro would be. It also is pretty cool because you can activate a laser and find out what you're actually shooting with the camera and if it's at the correct level. Because as you know, you're going to be actually having your head down for most of the time if you're riding correctly. So you do want it slightly bent up. You can also adjust this mount up and down diagonal to get the best view. There's other mounts here that you can mount anywhere on your bike. It is kind of cool to get different views. People like to get a lot of video of Police Unity Tour riders riding. I've done this for over 5 years. I'll tell you, the best video that you can shoot is actually interviewing and talking to fellow riders. That's where you're going to get the most impactful stuff, the stuff that actually translates the best into good video and stuff to remember. So I have seen a couple of these, the old school digital cameras out there. These are great because if they break, for one, they're probably irreplaceable because no one makes them anymore or no one uses them anymore. But also, if they break, you could probably still get the SD card out of them and still claim your pictures. This camera I've had for a long time, the video it shoots is not great. It does shoot in HD, but lower quality. But this thing is pretty much indestructible. I do like this mount for some things, but it does not work good on the handlebar mount. It is very adjustable. If you're doing any kind of stationary mounting or anything, it does work pretty good. Other than that, I would suggest if you don't get the GoPro or a contour camera system, then you just stick with your cell phone, but just be careful. Keep that right hand on the bike. Ride Marshal Ryan, out. After doing a little research on the Contour Roam, I did realize it is way more expensive now than when I bought it. When I bought this thing, it was about just over $100. Now it's available for almost $300. So just be warned, it is a good camera. Obviously the price has gone up.